shall rule the world. But first, I must be absolutely certain that I have prepared for all possible contingencies. Wizard, warrior.
Oh, hey. You called, sir?
Yes, you are my true, most high-ranking and trusted mini-bosses. Tell me, are there any obstacles which could interfere with my plans for world domination?
None, sir. All the rival bosses attempting to take over the world are patiently waiting their turn as...
My crystal ball has shown me that the entire castle realm is sealed off. It is physically impossible for anyone to get into this realm to make trouble for us who isn't already inside.
You think someone may have gotten in?
One hero, plus a few store clerks, a random peasant that give cryptic clues, and they're sworn not to leave their pre-designated locations.
What do you mean?
Non-player characters are limited to a specific room and can only give particular items or information. We can't attack them, and they can't do anything but help the hero.
Well, why can't we attack them?
Because we can't.
Why?
No one knows.
If they are helping the hero to defeat us, shouldn't we round them up and execute them?
No, because they're non-player characters.
Okay, I don't really understand that, but no matter, as long as we can kill the hero. Tell me about this so-called hero that the people have sent to defeat us.
Just one man, working alone with no equipment or skills to start out with.
Fools sending in an amateur to defeat me. We'll make easy work of him. Anything else?
He can run indefinitely without needing rest. He can jump at least twice his own height. He can carry an unlimited number of items without taking on extra weight or volume. Pretty standard.
What the hell did you just say?
He's a pretty standard hero.
He carries an unlimited number of items without taking on additional weight or mass. How does that even work?
Again, we're not sure. But it seems that all the heroes these days have these abilities. So.
Can we get some people doing research on this? This might be useful.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And you said something about him never tiring out?
Yes, although he can sustain physical injury, he never slows down from physical exertion.
Again, pretty standard stuff. He also gains greater resistance to death over time.
Break his legs.
That won't work. He has this unusual physiology where no matter what body part is hit, it makes him indestructible for a few seconds and drains some of his life force. Small enough.
That's a bit metaphysical.
The key is to keep depleting his life force before he can find food laying on the ground.
Why would there be food lying on the ground?
You never know. One of our gods might drop a piece of cake when he gets hit, or you know how sometimes you hit a candle with your sword and a pork chop falls off.
That may be the stupidest thing you've ever said.
You'll be happy to know that our foot soldiers can respawn an unlimited number of times.
You mean our soldiers can come back from the dead?
Yes. Just not while the hero is in vision range.
How did we do that?
Well, again, it's complicated. And also, I don't know. What we do know is that it only works for small, easily killed foot soldiers. You, I, and all the other level bosses can't respawn. Once we are killed, we stay dead.
Well, that sucks. What about the hero? Can he respawn?
No. But he has an unlimited amount of continues and occasional one-ups.
What's a one-up?
It's a random object, and once the hero gets a hold of it, he has an extra life.
And it only works for the hero. Why do we even have these things lying around?
Well, they're hidden, so we're not sure where all of them are.
Who put them there?
We don't know.
Okay, so once he runs out of lives, he's dead, right?
No. That's where the continues coming.
What's the difference?
Well, with the continue, he reappears at an earlier point. Kind of like a time warp.
So what you're telling me is that anybody can come back from the dead an unlimited number of times except us. That's not fair.
Our level bosses still have the advantage. They're really big, powerful. The hero would have to find very powerful weapons in our realm in order to defeat them.
So why don't we send the level bosses first? Before he finds any weapons.
I knew you fucks were gonna ad-lib this much. What?
Good job with the line.
Why? Why? Okay, I do have a serious question though. Why don't we send the level bosses right to where the hero is before he finds any weapons or gains any experience, so that they can keep killing him straight off before he has a chance, and then he'll eventually give up?
Because we don't do it that way.
Why?
It's not sporting.
I'm trying to take over the fucking world. I don't care if it's sporting.
Plus, most of the level bosses are too big to leave the rooms they're in.
They are? How'd they get in there in the first place? What did they eat? Where did they go to the bathroom?
I'll be sure to ask them next time I see them.
You're a wizard, right? Can't you put a curse on him or turn him into an animal or something?
The only spell I cast is Fireball.
That's it? Didn't you go to some kind of a wizard school or something?
Yeah, that's why I learned how to do Fireball.
I could just buy a flamethrower for that.
Well, if you like fire, you would love all of the lava pits.
Now we're talking.
In order to get to us, the hero will have to cross several rivers of red-hot, boiling lava. We spare no expense.
No matter how powerful the hero gets, he cannot survive falling into lava.
Sweet.
And the platforms are really small and very difficult to jump on.
Platforms? What platforms?
That's amazing.
Holy fuck, what is that thing?
It's a platform.
You know, a moving platform.
What holds it up?
Holds it up? Up? I don't follow.
There is a chunk of the ground suspended in midair. Several of them. Some of them are moving back and forth. Nobody finds this odd?
Not really.
No.
No.
Standard fare.
Have you ever considered, I don't know, just locking the door?
Oh, we definitely locked all the doors.
Good. Who's got the keys?
Well, no one's got the keys.
We left them on the ground outside.
Oh, God.
Are you trying to make us lose?
Well, we put them in different places. It'll take him a while to find them all.
Is there anything else that you left lying around on the ground outside besides keys, food, weapons, peasants with vital clues, and magical whatchamacallits that bring them back from the dead?
Just some large silver and gold coins, huge gems and bars of gold and silver.
How much are they worth?
It depends in points or cash.
Cash! How much are they worth in cash?
Well, a diamond about half the size of your body will be worth something like $1 billion. And there are several thousand of those lying around. As for gold, I'd say we're talking about $1 billion worth.
Of course, when you consider inflation rates, you'd need about 100 of these giant diamonds to buy something like one sword.
So, what you're telling me is that we've got enough money just lying around that I could have taken over the world whenever I wanted just by buying up all the property, and instead you left it all just lying on the ground outside so that the man trying to kill us can use it to spend $1 trillion on a knife.
Wow. When you put it that way, it almost sounds silly what we're doing.
It is silly. It is very, very silly.
Surrender! Surrender. Vile villains.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I surrender. This whole thing was a bad idea anyway.
This never happened to Simon Belmont.